Hi everybody, welcome back to another video here at Rule 1 Model Railways. Today we're going to look at the items you need to bring to show your model railway at an exhibition. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back to another video here at Rule 1 Model Railways. If you like what you see, please do consider subscribing and hit the like button. Thank you. So, I drew up an exhibition checklist sheet of what you should be thinking about bringing to an exhibition should you want to exhibit your model railway. As we can see here, this is for Western Interchange. It's actually going to a show tomorrow. So I've just ran through this list and this is what I'm bringing. So we're going to bring the layout itself, so the two boards for Western Interchange and the Falla extension boards there for the Falla car system. It has 3 sets of legs, so I made sure to count them, 1, 2 and 3. It's handy to have the checklist because, trust me, it's really easy to just leave one of these items just behind at home. I've done something similar before. I've left plug sockets at home and I've really needed them. I've had to go out and buy them for the exhibition or borrow them, so just a quick reminder there for you. Crocodile clips, so if I have any electrical connections fail, I'll have crocodile clips to bridge the gap. This is purely just for like an emergency situation. The plug for my command station, plug for laptop, RCD. RCDs are really important. I'll just show you what one looks like. I'm actually going to bring 2 of those with me. RCD is something like this, and you use it to plug your exhibition layout into the main circuit in the hall. They come boxed like that. RCD safety adapter. This one was from Homebase. Most B&Q, Homebase, that sort of store do these. They're usually for gardening. They have them there. So if you chop the wire off while you're gardening with an electric grass mower or chainsaw, that sort of thing, you don't electrocute yourself. Now, they have these at the exhibitions so that if your layout is poorly wired, this will trip rather than having the whole of the hall trip and the electricity going off for the whole show. So they're very important and they're good to stop any fire hazards, that sort of thing. Hopefully, but don't rely on them for that. You want your adapter for multiple plugs, so you'll have like a strip of plugs. This will plug the adapter into that outer. So you have a couple of plugs, so for your command station, your laptop if you've got one, different power supplies, you can plug those all in, and your phone charger, because you probably will want to do that whilst you're there. Curtain. So I have a curtain that goes around the bottom of my layout, so it hides the legs and it hides all the electronics underneath to give it a much nicer appearance for an exhibition. I think that is a must if you're showing at an exhibition. If your layout has legs that are just made of timber as such, they probably should be hidden. Stock, so you're going to need all the stock you're bringing with you. So I've got a box of stock over there. I've got a few DMUs, a few diesel locos, 1 steam engine. They're all in the box ready to go. And if you can fit it in your car, a stool or somewhere to sit, or ask for one at the exhibition prior to you going there, because they sometimes hire them. You're not going to want to stand up for an entire day. And if the exhibition place that you're going to, the venue, if it's a concrete floor, you will get really cold feet. So a stool is a must, or in fact a rug as well. I'll add that to the list actually, a rug for you to stand on. Next thing you want is a soldering iron and the equipment for a soldering iron in case you do have any emergencies. If you accidentally rip out a wire or something like that, you'll be able to fix it back again, or anything like that. There's loads of gremlins on layouts that just occur when you don't want them to. A screwdriver for your terminals and different things that you've got on your model railway. I've got a little box kit for mine. It's like a little multi-kit. I'll show you one of them. Right here. You have all the different heads for your screwdriver and a little space to keep all your spare bits, which I have done. These are really handy. I found this indispensable to my modelling, especially fitting DCC to locos, that sort of thing. Absolute bargains they are. I have a link in the description below if you want to get yourself one. It is an affiliate link, so just so you know, but they're worth having. Track rubber. Track rubber is quite essential because a lot of these places you'll go to, especially if it's an older place, the air will be quite humid. And lots of people walking around in the show, you'll find that all the humidity in the air, if you're running DCC especially, it'll attract to the tracks and it'll plaster dirt all over the tracks. You'll have to clean them maybe a couple of times in the show. I've found that before in a couple of venues that I've showed at before, that you do need to keep something there to keep the track clean, whether it's a track rubber or a lint-free cloth with some spirit on it or whatever. Make sure you have something. Now I will be carrying an electric screwdriver. I'll pick up that and I'll show you why. Just like this. This was off Amazon. It was 20 something pounds off warehouse deals. Absolutely ideal. It's got all of my screw bits in the end, so you can come in and out and I can twist it. Different bit comes out. So that is really handy, and I'll tell you the reason why I'm going to be using that one. It's because my layout uses these Allen key head bolts to assemble. There's an Allen key head inside there. Plug it in and it will just screw my layout together. It will take minutes rather than half an hour. Saves a lot of effort. And likewise, if you want to, you can bring a drill and do the same thing, just a bit more powerful. Super glue. Now the reason I'm bringing super glue is because super glue is really one of those glues that does everything. If you've broken something, you need to fix it on the spot. Super glue is probably the one to go for in an emergency. I mean, there's better glues for different things that you need to do, but if you're at an exhibition, need to fix something quick, super glue is probably the one to go for. Cutters, again, if you want need to make any repairs, cutters are essential. Now I'm using computer automation, so these might not apply to you, but I'm bringing a computer screen, so a curved computer screen, 27-inch screen, and a HDMI cable to plug into my laptop. An RJ45 cable is for my computer automation. I'm actually going to be bringing two of those, because one goes with my Roku multi-mouse, which will also be coming along, and I bring the multi-mouse to show that the layout can also be run manually as well as automatic, and also as a backup just in case. Now I'm also going to be bringing the vehicles, so I got lots of little model cars and buses, that sort of thing. There has been one exhibition where I forgot to bring the cars, so I hastily went to a stand and bought a few cars to go onto the layout. That is an essential to bring, otherwise the layout will look fairly empty. It's easily done to forget those, as I have done it, so make sure you're bringing them. Now for my Falla car system, I have a Falla van, which is currently on charge over the back, and a Falla charger. Plug for the lights, so my street lights light up, but they have a plug underneath. It's a separate plug to all the other stuff, so make sure I had that. Now this is a nice thing to have on an exhibition layout, is information sheets. So my layout, I've created 3 different sheets that I can bring with me to any exhibition. One of them explains the fictitious history of Western Interchange. One of them shows you how the computer automation works and the process of building the layout. And the third one is basically an advertisement for the layout for show exhibitors, which I'll keep hidden down the back. Now I've got a block of flats, tower blocks, that had to come off and be removable to get this layout in the car properly. So that is put away. The bins that go with the tower block, they're model bins, little 00 gauge ones, platform barriers, again more scenic items that I needed to list individually so I didn't miss them. Phone charger, obviously you need your phone charger, and if you're a YouTuber like me, you'll have your phone, and you might even be live streaming. I got a little tripod for this and it will sit in the tripod, and hopefully we'll film some stuff as we're going along through the exhibition. And again, for YouTubers, this is basically just for you. Bring your camera equipment. So I've got a DJI camera, a DJI wagon. This is my little wagon I built to go around on models. It's a 3D printed one, it's a camera on the end, you see. So I'll be asking different exhibitors whether they mind having that go around the layout, and this to go on any O gauge stuff, so it go on one of their wagons. It's quite handy. Obviously camera leads, tripod and monopod if you have one. Tripod behind the layout, monopod in front of it. You don't want to be bringing a tripod in front of layouts because they are a serious trip hazard. People will be looking at the layout. They won't be looking down at the floor or at your tripod, so only bring anything in front of the layout if it's not a trip hazard. So that is my list of things that I recommend you bring to an exhibition. But some of them are just for automation and YouTubers, that sort of thing, or anyone that wants to take a nice video. Now, once we have all that done, the next thing I want to talk about is the questions that you're going to be asked about your model railway. So exhibitors are looking for certain types of model railways, ones that are easily transportable, cheap to transport, and look fairly good. So they want to get the most bang for their buck when they're paying expenses. Some of them pay expenses, some don't. To date I haven't taken any expenses because they've all been either local shows or shows with really small clubs that are needing a bit of help, so I don't ask for expenses. So just for example, I'm going to read out some things off of one of the forms. I'm not going to show you the form because I don't have permission to share it, and it does have some details of the exhibition that I'm not going to identify. So things they're going to ask for, they're going to ask for your name of the club or exhibitor that will be attending the exhibition. They're going to ask for the exhibitor's details, so your address, email, all your contact details, that sort of thing. This is all basic stuff. Exhibit details, so you can bring a layout, a display or a demonstration. So you've got to pick between one of those three things that you're going to make for exhibiting. Now one of the things they are going to ask about is the value of the exhibit, and that is for insurance purposes. They're going to want to know how much to insure it for and how much to tell their insurers for the day. So make sure you have an accurate amount on there. You don't want to undervalue your layout because the stock on it as well, you've got to take into account, is quite expensive. But you also don't want to overprice it, that they think, what's this guy doing, you know? So some exhibitions also offer tables, so you can request tables as well. So I've requested one table, and that is a small table, 4 foot by 2 foot, just so I can put my screen on it. So I can't fit a table in the car with my layout. So they will ask that you have an RCD, that is a given. And sometimes they'll even ask, how many watts does your layout take? And this is so that they don't take too much power in the hall. And the way they're actually wiring up the exhibition, you don't want to be tripping the trip switches for the event. They will ask as well how many operators you'll be bringing. because most exhibitions, they will supply a lunch for you, and they will also supply you with a little badge or something like that to say that you are an exhibitor and you don't have to pay as a member of the public to get in the beginning. It's like a security feature there as well. They'll also ask you when you want to set up. So often you'll get a choice of setting up on the Friday before or on the day early in the morning. So Friday evening, Saturday morning, if it's a weekend show. They will ask that you're prompt when you arrive. When you say you arrive, it's just so that if there's any large layouts coming in, they know when the door is going to be free to get their layout in if it's raining. So you can reverse up to the door should you need to. They don't want everybody arriving all at the same time. They're also going to need to know how big your layout is. So you'll measure your layout itself, and then you'll add a couple of feet behind it, maybe 3 feet behind it, to accommodate yourself and any table you have behind the layout for stock. You do need to tell them how much floor space you need in its entirety so that you may exhibit successfully. So once your application's all in, you should get an acceptance letter, or decline, depends what they're after. After that, they will send you a exhibitor information sheet. It will detail more about the access that you'll be provided to get in before the show. It will give you exact information of say what time to arrive specifically near the time that you've asked for, and safety information as well, not to block emergency exits and keep all of the egresses clear. Once you have brought your stuff in to the exhibition hall, so you've unloaded your car and you put your layout down inside, don't set it up straight away. Move your car to the back of the car park. It's just so that other exhibitors can come in and use the space. It's just a common courtesy, that one. It allows us all to get in comfortably without any panic. Because I think the worst thing that I've experienced before an exhibition is having someone do that, park up their car while they're putting the layout up in front of the doors, and no one knowing who the car belongs to, and everyone's having to go around and ask whose car it is because no one else can get in, and that's never a good thing. So finally, in that exhibitor information sheet, they will provide you with departure details. You may even be given a time when you're allocated to leave, dependent on how big your layout is. So obviously the smaller ones will go first. If you are somewhere remote that requires maybe a ferry to access, that sort of thing, they will say priority will be given to all people that are using the ferry, because they'll have booked times. So you'll wait for them to go first before you're allowed to go, and typically it's not a problem. And the very final thing that happens at an exhibition, usually you will get a plaque to commemorate on the layout that you have attended that show, and you can stick it to the front of your layout for all future shows to see the history of where your layout's been. And to get more of those is quite a badge of honour, in my opinion. I do enjoy having those, so if you're an exhibition manager that likes to give those out, thank you very much, it's much appreciated. So during some exhibitions they will have competitions, so best model, best layout, best rolling stock, best newcomer, best in club, best visiting layout, that sort of thing. They'll all be available as well at some of the shows, and they're great things to see. You'll find as the public come in, they're given a voting sheet, and there's a box at the end, usually on the club stand, where they submit their votes, and that's always interesting. It's a great bit of fun to see what goes on there. You never know, you might come out with an award or something like that, so I always enjoy those. In regards to exhibiting, the very main focus on your layout should be to have something moving at all times. I find there's nothing worse than having a look at a layout. The scenery is amazing. The attention to detail is exquisite, really, really nice, but nothing moves. You stand there for 2 to 3 minutes, still nothing's come along. Usually it's lost your attention by then. The layout can be as nice as it wants to be, but if nothing's moving, it's a model railway show with no model railway actually happening. It's not desirable for exhibitions. So try to always have something moving, always try and entertain the public, always try and have a good conversation with them as well whilst you are operating the layout. Try not to let stuff stop, but that's why we're there really, is to promote the hobby. So let's put our best foot forwards for that. That's it for this video. It's just really an information video. It was nothing more than that for anyone that's considering either making an exhibition layout or offering their layout up for future exhibitions that they already have. If you like the video, hit the like button. For more content like this, do hit the subscribe button. The next video I'll be showing is arriving at the show, or showing the transport to the show, how I pack the car up, and unpacking and showing you the exhibition itself. See you then. Thanks now and take care. Bye bye.